Hey guys, welcome to Wednesday, January 6th of your 7th grade science adventure. Now, we've been on the study of DNA and genes and traits and all that good stuff. So now we are going to be looking over genotype and phenotype and what those actually mean. In the past lesson, we went over chromosomes, genes, and alleles and kind of what that is and what the difference is between autosomes and sex chromosomes. What we're going over today is what these autosomes represent. Okay, we're going over what they represent and how we necessarily come about them and how to tell the difference between what codes for what and everything. So now using SpongeBob, we are going to be going over phenotype and genotype. Okay, so this little short PowerPoint right here, I sent this out to you all so you can look at it. Let's go through the instructions real quick. 1, watch my video. This is going to be right down here. Look for this ugly mug right down here. 2, there's this genotype and phenotype video I shared. I highly recommend watching it. This will help you all digest this information a little bit better as well. Now, here are the slides I'm going over. I suggest you all going over these as well on your own. And then you have your assignment. This is what I will cover Thursday. Okay, this is what I will cover Thursday in detail, but I'm going to give you all a little bit of a preview right now. Okay, so let's look at the phenotype and genotype. So you guys can open it like this. I suggest just open it like this. So phenotype and genotype with SpongeBob. So a genetic trait can be described in 2 ways, okay? As a phenotype or as a genotype. So a phenotype, this is an observable trait resulting from how your genes are expressed. It's telling you what you actually see. You see hair color. You see the eye color. You see the jawline, hairline, propensity to lose hair, etc. You see that you have blonde hair. You see that you have blue eyes. You see you have a strong jaw. You see you have a cleft chin, things like that. Now, a genotype, this is the 2 letters that represent the gene's allele pair, okay, or the 2 different possibilities that result in the phenotype, okay? So it's what your genes actually tell you, and this is what you actually see. Genotype, think of it as the letters that represent. Phenotype, think of it as what you actually see. So let's look over the genetics of SpongeBob's family. So what are some phenotypes or observable traits? Observe means you can see it, hear it, stuff like that. You can use the senses. In SpongeBob's immediate family, okay? His color, he has yellow color, yes. He has blue eyes, square pants. This is his grandfather. So this is just examples of traits you see in his family. Now, we're going to be doing pedigree soon, okay? Just want to go over this with you all. What is SpongeBob's phenotype? He's yellow. He has blue eyes. He has square pants. He does not have hair, and he has freckles. Okay? So, let's look at Freckles' phenotype. There are 2 possible phenotypes for freckles. You can either have freckles or not have freckles. You can observe that. It's either you have them or you don't. Now, a genotype for freckles is indicated by the 2 alleles or possibilities in the freckle gene. Okay, the possible alleles using the first letter of the trait F are, we're just using F because of freckles, just the letter we chose to represent it. Capital F is dominant, which means you will have freckles, or lowercase f, recessive, meaning you don't have freckles. Okay, so these are possible genotypes that we have here. If using capital F and lowercase f are the possible alleles, what are the possible genotypes for freckles? You can have capital F, which means you genotype are alleles inherited from parents. You get 1 from each parent. 2 capital Fs means you have freckles. A capital F and a lowercase f, you still have freckles. 2 lowercase f's, no freckles. All it takes is 1 dominant trait to be there. Okay, all it takes is 1 dominant trait to be there. All right, now, another example is square pants. Square pants is recessive. One way to describe this pant shape allele is capital R for round pants. This means it's dominant. And lowercase r for square pants. It's better to use the same letter. Even if it's square pants, it's good to use whatever the dominant trait is, whatever that dominant allele is. We need to use the capital and lowercase form of that letter so we don't get confused. So a capital R and a lowercase r. If you use a capital S, awesome. Then make sure you use a lowercase s for the other one. Okay? for the SquarePants. Using a lowercase r for SquarePants and a capital R for round pants, what possible genotypes are there? You can have two capital R's, which means round pants. You can have a capital R lowercase r, which still is round pants. Or you can have two lowercase r's, square pants. Okay? So these are just possibilities right here. This is something I want you guys to look at. Freckles, possible genotype, either two capital F's together or capital F, lowercase f. Where did the freckles come from? Where did his freckles come from? They come from his mother. She has the freckles and passes them down. So we know that SpongeBob has at least one dominant freckle gene. And since his father doesn't have freckles, we know that he has a lowercase f as well. So let's look here. SquarePants genotype. Where did the SquarePants come from? They came from his father. This is just showing you where these genes came from. Now, let's look at the Monster Factory. This is going to be, I'm going to go over this Thursday in detail in class with you. Beforehand, I want you to look at this. If I flip a coin one time, answer these 4 questions here. I will review this on Thursday with you guys. Your assignment is to make sure you watch my video and look at these 2 things first. Okay? This will be in class on Thursday. No reason to put the cart before the horse. All right? So, now, that is it. Watch this video, and let's get going on Thursday. All right? Guys, have a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.